Rtk'S Grand Champion APBT 5xW Jumong History and Match Report. Rtk'S Jumong, a 4-time winner, was purchased by Dong Rtk as an 8-month-old pup. He was a double-bred son of Ren's Daredevil, a 4-time winner, 1-time loser, and came from the breeding efforts Ren and Ariel, who is now with Team Corvino's kennel. Not soon after Dong came to possession of said pup, he and Jay of Rtk decided to bump Jumong just to see if he would start out early. They decided to try their new acquisition against a 1-time winner and 1-time loser by the name of Trigger. Upon release, Jumong went for Trigger's neck. Dong, Jay and the others who saw the supposed bump could not believe how an 8-month-old pup pulled his own weight against a hard-biting, well-experienced gladiator, and thus the bump became a 15-minute roll. The same incident happened again when Jumong was rolled again not long after. Jay thought it would be best to see how Jumong would handle himself against a black dog called Junior. Jumong quickly rode Junior's head, putting gaping holes that looked like he was stabbed with an ice pick. Jumong so dominated Junior that nobody noticed that 38 minutes had elapsed. Everyone present seemed to enjoy how much the 33 Red Carver Bolio pup could dominate a much older dog. For Jumong's third roll, he went against Junior's sire, a black 36-pound dog called Dawn. The bigger dog was first to get a solid hold on Jumong and hit a bleeder. However, Jumong broke free and went into the neck of Jumong. Just a little past 10 minutes the roll was stopped to spare the life of Jumong. Like father like son, Jumong got his ass whipped and mopped the put with both dogs. Seeing how well Jumong performed in his rolls, Dong, Jay and the Rtk crew decided to hook the dog up for a contracted match before they ruin him in rolls. At that time Rtk Diego and Maligno's Joel, a 2-time winner and 1-time loser. So when Maligno Kennels said they also had a male available at 29 pounds, the idea of no FC the chain match for Jumong was scrapped, and they decided to hook it up with the said kennel for a contracted match scheduled on the same date as Joel and Diego in the same venue. A third matchup between the same groups on the same event was also scheduled, so the Rtk boys pretty much had their hands full, leaving the much of the conditioning of Jumong to Dong, who have not had conditioned a match dog before. Jumong proved to be hard worker. He seemed tireless with the road work. However, he was not much for treadmills then, so it was Dong found it no easy task to get his dog into shape. On the aforementioned match date, Maligno Kennels brought with them a white dog with a cow patch called Loco for Jumong. Upon release, Loco proved to be the aggressor and forced Jumong into a defensive position with earhold at. Loco pressed on hard, and in the initial onset, it seemed as if the match belonged to him and him alone. Yet the moment he let up, Jumong took the opportunity to take offense and punish Loco. Loco was first to scratch after the initial 30-second out of holds count was completed. In his corner, Loco was wild and raging to be let go. But Jumong, who looked clamped in his corner, was ready. Both dogs managed to swap holds without giving up an inch, but it was Jumong who was very slowly coming into dominance. With every scratch Loco seemed to weaken while Jumong stayed on top of his game. At the 1 hour 48-minute mark, Loco groggy lurched from his corner for a 6th scratch but was unable to complete it, making Jumong a 1-time winner at the tender age of 18 months. It was said that Loco died shortly after. After a 6-month rest, Jumong was contracted to go against another 1-time winner from GSK's camp. The boys of Rtk originally wanted Jumong to face Paslingzak 47, but ultimately decided against it and opted to use Venom instead. Eventually Venom lost the match and Jumong was slated to go against GSK's Negro, a 1-time winner at 31 pounds. Negro tried to dominate Jumong early on, but Jumong stayed out of trouble with clever earholds and effectively holding on to his opponent's neck. He managed to get Jumong's front end and dished out his own punishment. Negro stayed in the front end and was working Jumong pretty good. Negro eased up a bit. Jumong again took the opportunity to work the head, neck, and front end of the black dog until the fight had gone out of Negro. 5 minutes later, Negro was down and Jumong was dragging him across the carpet. From then on, Negro could not get up and Jumong continued to drag him around and punish the black dog at the same time. Dong would not let his dog rest and sent Jumong again to bite the fight out of Negro before the 30-second put of hold count was completed. In a little more than half an hour, Negro refused to budge from his corner and Jumong was now a two-time winner. RTK found an opponent with another black dog from Amras Pedro's called Alpha, who was a one-time winner, for Jumong's championship match. Both dogs made contracted weight of 31 pounds ready and the match was on. Jumong worked on the defense early on as Alpha proved to be the aggressor trying to get a decent stifle hold. However, Jumong's defensive prowess proved a little too much for Alpha. The black dog changed tactics by going for a face hold, but Jumong brought his head down and managed a good hold of his opponent's front leg. Alpha tried to follow this move, but Jumong was quick to take him by the ear and ride the head. Near the 10-minute mark, Alpha had driven Jumong to a corner, and managed a stifle hold. The Adores Perros camp was ecstatic. But their celebration was short-lived, for in a matter of seconds, Jumong rolled to safety and again rode Alpha's head and face. By quarter-of-an-hour mark, Jumong had a nice choke hold. Things gradually went downhill for his opponent. No matter how Alpha tried to shake free, Jumong stayed glued on his head. 5 minutes after the half-hour mark, the count was completed and Alpha the down dog to scratch. Alpha made a nice scratch and Jumong was right there waiting to again ride his head. After Jumong's second scratch at 41 minutes, it was evident that the fight had gone out of Alpha, as he kept on turning. Nonetheless, the black dog still completed his third scratch. At 45, Alpha was pinned in a corner and returned very little. At 47, Alpha lay limp on the carpet and Jumong was mopping the floor with him. At 49, Alpha refused to scratch back into Jumong and was counted out, making Jumong a champion. Jumong's fighting days were not yet over as RTK was looking for payback from the loss they suffered from Paslang and AK-47. After AK-47 also won his championship, Jay wanted a match between him and Jumong. Paslang told Jay that the said fight would push through once AK-47 recovered and was fit to start training again. This was fine by RTK and so they were hooked for a match at 31.5 pounds. Dong and Jay conditioned Jumong, who now worked the treadmill effortlessly and he was ripped to go in no time. Jay knew that if Jumong pours aggression early on, AK-47 might beat him. Jumong's early effective defense was just they would need, and thus the RTK camp worked into their program. On the match day itself, AK-47 made the mistake of going for Jumong's face like he did Venom. Jumong was used to face dogs and so he held AK-47 out effectively and then worked the neck and the armpit whenever he could. Every time AK-47 tried to get into Jumong's face, the latter would lie down to force the opponent to take a scruff hold while he would clamp on the armpit. Jumong had been fighting black dogs right from the get-go, and AK-47, being another black dog, really irked the son of Daredevil. Jumong rechanneled this hatred by biting harder and AK-47 was picked up at 37 minutes. Jumong's fourth victory at the age of barely 3 years old proved to be his easiest. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for more great Game Bred Pitbull Hall of Fame videos. Press the bell icon to receive all video notifications from the channel, and don't forget to smash that like button. Thanks for watching.